Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being here. How's everyone doing? Wow, great audience, actually. A lot of head nods. LinkedIn live stream audience, thanks for being here as well. Appreciate you. This is AI for Marketers, and I am the host, Jackson, and I'm also the organizer of AI User Group. And AI User Group is a community of professionals interested in learning about the latest AI tools, what are they, and how to apply them. We have 3 audiences and 3 meetups, AI for Marketers, AI for Designers, and AI for Developers, and we have a meetup approximately every single week. So if you had a good time tonight, just register for the next one, and we'll see you again. What else? We're organizing an annual conference in January. If you're interested, we'd love to see you there. This is January 29th, 30th, and 31st. It's going to be at the Hibernia, or Hibernia. It's 5 blocks from here, so not too far. It's an amazing venue. It's 4 stories. The main floor there on the right is 2 stories with a stained glass window. It's an old bank from 1892, and in the basement where they used to store the gold, and I checked, there is none. There's good spots for workshops. So at the conference, we'll have a main stage track with speakers, much like you see here, and presentations, learning about new tools. And in the basement, we'll have a workshop series where you can be trained on the tools. So learn about them and receive training. That's the whole idea. So here's the dates, save the dates. There's a QR code that'll send you to the website as well. So if you'd like to grab a ticket, take a look, and we'd love to have you there. That's the conference. More on that coming later. What else? Oh yeah, take a picture of tonight and post it on LinkedIn, okay? And do this by midnight, and you can win a free ticket to the conference. This is our winner from last week, Praveen. Praveen will be in touch. We're going to get you a free ticket to the conference. So just take a picture of anything tonight. It could be me. It could be one of our speakers. Post it on LinkedIn before midnight. And by tomorrow, we'll pick the post with the most engagement, and we'll get you a free ticket. It's a good deal, right? It's free. What else? Yeah, that's what I just described. So those are the rules. Oh yeah, don't be shy. If you'd like to speak here, we'd love to have you. That's my actual email address. Email me, and we'll see if we can get you in the speaker lineup or have you as a backup speaker. We like having AI tool creators, but also community members. So if you're using a new tool and you'd like to present, let me know. What else? Upcoming events. Next week, AI for Designers. The week after, AI for Developers, November 29th. And on December 6th, about 4 weeks from now, we'll do this AI for Marketers again. All these events are live on the meetup page, so just feel free to register, and we'll see you there. Conference in January. Today's agenda is we'll hear from Jakub, then we'll hear from Sagar and Ayush. Then we're going to do a roundtable discussion with Jakub, Ayush, and this guy named Nico, who I'll introduce later. And at 8 o'clock, we'll do an open mic session up here. If you want to make an announcement and introduce yourself before networking, this is by request. We'll do that. And then we'll do networking at 8:05 and have some pizza. Venue closes at approximately 8:50. I know it's quick, but let's see if we can honor that. And that's that. So without further delay, I'd like to introduce our first speaker. Jakub Stoinski. He's the co-founder and COO of Yepp AI, and the title of his talk is Turn Your Data into Quality Content Using Gen AI. And without further delay, here is Kuba.
Thank you for this warm welcome. And at the beginning, I want to thank you, Jackson, for the invitation for today's meetup. Yeah, as you hear, sometimes they call me Jakub, sometimes they call me Kuba, but let's do Jacob. It would be easier, I think, for everyone. So yeah, this is the black screen. This is, I think, my presentation. Can you see it clearly? That's cool, so let's go. So yeah, I'm, as Jackson said before, I'm the co-founder and COO of Yepp AI, which is a marketing platform. And we started to work on this company at the late December of last year, and finally launched it in May this year. with a pretty good final. And now we got 50 customers, and yeah, most of them are marketing agencies. And what we do is that we are redefine the way that they are operating with them customers, of course, by AI. So we are elevate the marketing by uploading the data and managing them in terms to creating the personalized marketing content. So we are working in our 5 people. Of course, it's so stereotypical that people from Central Eastern Europe are like football, which is correct in this case. And we like to introduce ourselves as a well-performing football team. So as a goalkeeper, you can see our CTO, who is pretty the genius. He won a couple times the hackathons, and he built all of the platform that I'm gonna show you in the next couple minutes. On the left angle is me, and on my right side is our CMO, which is Sagar. He's kind of a marketing guru, and most of our features are developing based on his experience. Then we got the Victor. Victor is our CEO. And he's looking for our strategy and pushing this company really hard to straight on. And also we got our CEO, Nicolas, who gonna contact you if everyone gonna be interested with our platform later on. So yeah, this is our team. And the game we play is that we creating the solution that helps everyone to leverage the marketing in a new way. So our most, I would say, important part of the platform is uploading the assets. So the database of our customers are normally pretty huge. They uploading the files from the history, so the files about the company from the past years, about them customers, about them past work, and everything contains in one platform that can be used for the recycle of data. Also the websites, which we're scraping very fast right now, are pretty useful and important in our platform, and that's gonna be the thing that I'm gonna show you in the next minutes. And also the social media, of course, because we got a lot of data, a lot of content that could be pretty good use in our platform. So when we upload those files, we need to define 2 more things. For example, the tone of voice. The tone of voice, of course, is pretty important in today's world because of the uniqueness, because of the consistency that brands needs to communicate that they are using for the placements. And it's also building more trust because it's better to have this uniqueness, yeah. So, and the next thing is the buyer persona. We found a way to looking for the buyer persona for the people that are using our platform. So it doesn't matter that you know or still don't know your buyer persona. The communicator is gonna be looking for the needs, desires, fears, and insights of the persona to create more, I would say, personalized content for the people that you're gonna talk to. And yeah, when you're gonna all set up, you can use the features. And the first feature is the copywriter. The copywriter that is well set up for SEO and it's editable, and it's writing the text is pretty fast based on your knowledge, on the knowledge from the internet. I'm gonna show you. And creating the social media content. It's of course pretty important in today's world to make a lot of content, and the content that is communicate pretty well what you are selling or what you're doing. And the next thing is chatting with your data, which is pretty cool because you can create something like your personal advisor or your personal chat based on everything you know till today and everything you want to do. So if you got some non-standard task or something, it's good to use your chat. So yeah, that's the short presentation. And now I'm gonna go to the platform to show you live what you can do in Yepp. So yeah, this is our landing page. We're gonna log in. Of course, I got the admin page, so I log in pretty fast. And yeah, this is the assets parts that I've been talking about before. And as you see, you get a couple ways how you can upload any files. and create your own folder. So you can write the content, you can write anything that's going to be useful for the tool. You can upload assets like the files, PDF, PPTX, CSV, and docs files, anything that's going to be important in later on creation, and create the website, which actually we're going to do right now because we are today at the AI for Marketers event. So let's copy the link. Yeah, we've updated our scraper in this month, and it's working pretty fast right now. Of course, if the connection of internet is good. Yeah. Now we're going to create the folder. Yeah, it's saved. And also, we can learn something from the YouTube videos just by the link, and it's going to be added to the vector base that we're using to content creation. So yeah, now we can see that there's our folder. We can see what the folder contains, and we can edit it or delete the page if anything is updated. And yeah, there you can see, but everything is of course pretty safe because of the vector base I've been talking about. You cannot see what's exactly on this file, so the people that have a lot of information that don't want to be that are very sensitive, and they don't need to be afraid about them. So yeah, when we get our folder, we're gonna go to the lab part. And the lab part is that place when we create tone of voice and persona. So we're choosing the persona, and we need to decide that we know it or we don't know it yet. If we know the persona, we just get the short description, but let's, for the presentation, think that we don't know our persona, and we're gonna see the form. The form is a unique thing for our platform. It's almost everywhere because we don't want from our customers to be the prompt engineers. They just need to use the forms, and everything would be set up instead of them. So yeah, the market is gonna be United States. The business model B2B is okay. Description language English. Maybe you prefer something else, but I think the English would be okay for now. The target audience. So our product is marketing events. And landing page, we copied it before. Yeah. And now creation is started. So yeah, it's important to have this persona saved before, because, as I said, it's going to attach some needs, everything that this persona wants to hear about. We're going to use it in our creation. So yeah, that's the cool thing. Honestly, I'm not sure about the internet connection. Do you think Jackson is right? Because it's, yeah, regularly it's working faster. Yeah, let's try on my internet connection. So yeah, as I said, we are creating the buyer persona, United States. Yeah, So it was about the internet connection, as I think. So yeah, now you can see our persona would be the Jennifer. Jennifer is a Chief Marketing Officer. There's some additional information about her, and also the description that's going to be used. And as I said, the needs going to be attached to the communication that we're going to use on platform. So yeah, we're going to save it now. Yeah, it's saved. Jennifer is right there. And now we're going to create new tone of voice. And maybe let's copy this part, which is pretty cool. Write it. Yeah, we're gonna analyzing the text, and from this moment, the tool is gonna try to write exactly in the same form as in this communicate, and there you get some part that you can test. The Facebook post, you can rewrite it, and if you like the what is writing about, you can say continue and save our tone of voice. So yeah. And yeah, we are all set up. We can use our features. So the first feature is the marketing. In the marketing, you got hella placements for each social media or even Google AdWords or meta titles, marketing emails that you want to write about. And if you click on some of them, you also see the form, which when you fill, you're gonna get the text. But I'm gonna show you how it works on our feature campaign, because it's much better. Every time you want to say about something, usually you are using more than just one placement. So there's the place that you can do it all at once. For example, the Facebook post, you're gonna need some Instagram hashtags, maybe you're gonna post it on a LinkedIn, and maybe you need also the Google Ads headlines, just like that. And then you're gonna fill some general information like the title, some English, campaign type, advertisement, it's okay, and tone of voice. We're gonna use our tone of voice, which we produced. What is campaign promoting? Today's event. And now we're using the our folder with assets that we uploaded before. So it's AI for marketers. Our target audience we also generated before is going to be the communicate for Jennifer, and campaign's main objective. And some keywords like marketing and AI. So yeah, now we're gonna create the campaign. So yeah, as you see, it's really well the AI for marketers, because it's clearly see that it's a 8th edition. Of course, the LinkedIn post would be more meritorical and longer, as it used to be on LinkedIn. It's a different thing for the Facebook post, and there we get some Google headlines. If we like it, we can just copy it easy and post it on our page. If we not, we can rewrite it, and we can do it every time as long as we want, to generate more and more headlines for our campaign. So that's the feature campaign, and as I said before, in a marketer you can create just one of them, and in campaigns you can create all at once. The next feature that I'm gonna show you is the copywriter, and actually it's kind of my favorite one. I'm gonna show you why. So the creation of the blog post on our platform is looked like this. You are starting with the phrase or the keywords. It's also the thing that you are creating the posts for the SEO articles. So maybe the AI for marketing. It's gonna be our phrase. That's people supposed to search for it on the internet. We're gonna choose the article and continue. Of course, once again, we got our folder with the assets, and now it could be anything. And now we got just AI for marketers, page, but we can attach here, for example, whole of page or whole of the book with good recommendations of AI marketing tools that's gonna be useful for writing the good article. And in this part, you guess top 10 best performing articles on Google that's gonna be analyzed in terms of the performing, the headlines, H2s, H1s, everything that is useful for writing the really good performing article. You can see what is written about to be sure that it's something that you're looking for and it's something that's going to be useful for the tool to use on a later on writing. But now we're going to take some random. It's one from Forbes, the second one from Forbes. Artificial intelligence and the future of marketing. Sounds nice. Artificial intelligence is taking over marketing. Really cool. There's one from McKinsey. Marketing and sales with generative AI. Cool. So yeah, now we're scraping them, and thanks to the analyze, we're gonna see our headline for the article. It's gonna be look like this in the internet, and then we get the popular search terms that people are looking in the internet, and we can attach them to write about something that people are actually looking for in internet. So now we get leverage AI to revolutionize marketing strategy, but maybe are AI systems effective in marketing would be something that people are actually looking in internet. So yeah, now we get our new title, and we are going straight to a couple final details. So the keywords, let's make once again marketing, and maybe the AI. Total paragraphs, maybe let's make 3. 5,000 characters would be enough. The tone of voice, we get our own. And the target audience, once again, the Jennifer. Yeah, and now we are see the outline of our article. The bars are built like that. You get the headline and also the shortly description of what's going to be in the body of this paragraph. And each one we can rewrite as before. And if we're going to rewrite the paragraph, it's also we should rewrite the text. So yeah, there we got the title, there we got the body, and there we got the keyword that's going to be used in our article. If we like it, we just click the continue, and every page that we attached before, also those from Google's, are scraping now, and the knowledge that we gains from this article is going to be used to create the well-performing SEO article. So yeah, the AI boosting marketer wins. And there we got our body, and also we got the cool editing part, which is H2, H3. You can change it everything. You can write something by your own, or maybe you can reprompt the part of the text, which is gonna be used in the in this paragraph. If you like everything, you just click there, and you can use you can create the second part of your article. And yeah, as you see, in a couple minutes you can have the really cool and really extended text that you can paste on your blog. So that's the copywriter part. And also we got our last feature, which is the chat AI. And this is the chat that is embedded by your data. So our assistant name would be AI for marketers, the company name, and what is the company doing, the events for AI. Yep, and once again we are choosing our assets folder, so the AI for marketers. We can attach our tone of voice to have a better context. And we can recommend the assistant how it's supposed to act. So, for example, ask about the product, and yeah, everything is set up so we can add our assistant. And our clients are usually using this chat for searching about the relevant data from the past to make some non-standard task, or maybe create some advice for the marketing creation. For example, as I said, the searching part, so we can ask who gonna talk on today's event. Yeah, so and now the tool is searching from the database and looking for the answer for our question. But yeah, it could be like anything, like we are usually asking to create some cool story about the companies, some cool story about the founders. It's very useful to filling some questions about and answering the questions with our database and with the things that the tool is really know about us and know who we are. So yeah, that's the Yepp AI, and I want to talk a little bit about our future, because that was the things that we now get now, but still in the future, we want to be more like the hub. So we want to contain everything that, for example, product manager needs to do in marketing agency. So delegate the task for the clients. Also there you see our current solutions, which is uploading the asset. There you're seeing the asset, who added the assets, but we want to add the things as marketing landscape, trend monitoring, integrations, and the calendar for marketers, and also the image generation, which would be pretty useful with the marketing posts and marketing content. And yeah, the research competition, as I said, would be very useful for us, because all of, as you see before, everything is about the data-driven, so more data, it's good, perform better to creating the context. And yeah, that's everything for us for today. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. Let's do a little Q&A. Anyone from the audience have a question for Kuba? Pierre? Oh, and just as a reminder, if you can please stand when you guys ask a question, and when you're done, just pass the mic back to me or to the next person.
I would like to know if you create your own AI, or if you plugged on another AI, such as like ChatGPT or yeah.
As I understand you correctly, you asked if we created our own LLM.
Yeah.
So yeah, for now we are using the OpenAI's ChatGPT 4 because it's the best model that we can use for now. And as I said before, we get the clients now, so we need to give them the best value as we can. And this is the best LLM that is existing for now. So the creating our own, and also with all of the announcements that we hear about now, it would be unuseful for us. But we get the form that we can switch fluently for the LLMs. So if in any moment it's going to be the opportunity to use some LLMs that's going to perform better and give better value for our customers, we're going to use it for sure.
Where do you see the future, the next big thing in AI?
What's going to be the next big thing in AI? For me, it's always one of the best thing in AI was the AI agents, because they are extension of everything that we are seeing now. So the AI agents allows the programs, the platforms make some kind of actions. So it's the extension of the thing that everything's gonna be without our without needing of our actions. So yeah, I think the using of AI agents would be the best thing.
How you doing? Great presentation.
Thank you.
I'm curious about the tone of voice builder. How much variation and how sensitive is that? Can you dial in? So, for example, a Mint Mobile would be a lot different than Verizon, but writing about the same kind of content.
Yeah, it's pretty sensitive. Of course, it's as sensitive as if you attach some kind of emojis and everything, is going to be using them a lot. But still, the tone of voice, it's working. But still, the tone of voice is pretty thing that's changing a lot in the communication, because the default communication is pretty, I would say, it's absolutely plain, and yeah, it's very important to attach your brand voice.
Have you thought about integrating copywriter with WordPress? Because like there was an update in SEO of Google, and I guess it could be useful just to integrate the copywriter with the WordPress. So like basically we can then integrate it and it could be faster.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Our copywriter right now, it's just the thing that you need to copy them and pass for the placement that you are posting your articles regularly, but the integration with the WordPress is thing that we are absolutely thinking about, so thank you for this question, because thanks to that, we can analyze in both sides this integration, so the articles that been performing better before on the page is gonna be create some recommendation for the creation articles in the future. So yeah, thank you.
Any other last questions for Kuba? Okay, let's take one more.
How about the fine tuning? Are you gonna actually do the fine tune the models for the like tone of voice, like because for now it's like we can upload about 1,000 characters. How about if I want to scrape like all of the content from my social media as well?
Yeah, we kind of fine tune the models, and also we are doing on-prem the thing of that we can extension the database, because as we said before, the database is pretty important in our tool. So for example, if you get a lot of characters, a lot of files, we can put everything to our platform and create the better content. And also the fine-tuning the models is one of the things that creating our solution so unique, because it's not just a plain GPT, it's got a lot of additional recommendations to create better performing content.
Okay, we could do one last question. It needs to be super concise though, if possible. Let's make it quick. The quickest question.
I didn't see integrations to a marketing tool like HubSpot or Gladly. Is there any of that I could email to my existing customers or post and share events?
Yeah, as I presented, the integrations is something that is coming soon. So you asked about the variations of these integrations, and we are still thinking which would be the most important for us and which of them we're gonna do in the first step. So yeah, if any one of you is gonna have more questions, I'm gonna stay there after the presentation. So just come, we can talk.
Let's give Jakub a round of applause. Thanks so much. That was great.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, next up, we have Ayush and Sagar. Ayush is the founding product of SuperCMO. Sagar is the founding architect of SuperCMO. The title of their presentation is Copilot for your marketing campaigns. And this is a dual presentation, so 2 speakers, 1 laptop. So we're just getting set up for this.
There's prizes.
It looks like there will be prizes as well. I see candy on the table.
There is no prizes. He's going to eat them all.
Yeah, this is for my. This is energy.
Hello, everyone. Can you guys in the back hear me? Perfect.
Can you turn on the mic now?
So just one moment. Cyril, how are we doing? Okay.
In the meantime, by a show of hands, how many of you guys are in marketing or are marketers? How many of you guys are in agencies? Fair enough. How many of you know the abbreviation CMO? Okay, great. How many of you want to be CMOs and super CMOs? Boy, do I have a tool for you. Thank you for the introduction. I'm Sagar, he's Ayush. We are here, we have built SuperCMO. So sorry. We came out of stealth almost a month ago. As a matter of fact, at the previous edition of this event, we were a sponsor. Any of you guys repeat from last month? Have you guys seen us? Oh, great, yeah. Awesome. For the rest of you guys, some context. Our team has been in MarTech for some time, and we have solved a lot of problems along the way, and we are back to solve a new sort of set of problems that we have seen. Let me talk to you a little about my founding team. That's Tom. He's a founder and CEO. He was the co-founder and CEO at Crux, which was founded in 2010. We got acquired by Salesforce Marketing Cloud in 2016, November. Crux is a DMP. How many of you guys know what's a DMP? Great. Essentially, what DMP is it is a data store that allows you to collect, organize, and analyze your data, and then activate it. Vivek was his co-founder and CTO. Later on, he was CTO of Salesforce Marketing Cloud. And then there is JSD. He's right there at the back. He was the CMO at Crux. As a matter of fact, he inspired a lot of these things that we have discovered to build SuperCMO. He's a strategic advisor. He was at Kellogg's. He was the VP of Global Media over there and spent a lot of time over there. He can tell you a lot of things about marketing and agencies and this world as it has evolved over time. And then there is Ayush and I. We are the founding architect and product. We go build product. Our context in the marketing world started with Crux, which was a DMP. We saw the fragmentation in data way back a decade ago, and we made a solution that helped you organize that data into one place and make sense out of that data. Not only make sense out of it, but also activate it and use it for your marketing or retargeting efforts. After that got acquired into Salesforce, we helped build more of its marketing cloud. And at some point of time, we started Habu. Habu is one of the companies from a startup studio called Superset. We are just down the road. That's where all of us met and worked together. Habu is a data clean room company. As the world of marketing has evolved, there are more privacy concerns, compliances, as cookies are going away. The problem that Habu solves is how do you still connect data, share analytics, and learn something new about your customers to give them a better experience. These are the things that we as a team have built. And as we built all of these things, we were looking at this industry and we found another space that we thought we think, and we are confident we understand it, and we can provide an innovative end-to-end solution to it. I'll let Ayush explain the problem.
Hi, thanks. Thanks, Sagar. So, as he mentioned, we have worked in MarTech and AdTech, and we've solved data problems. And what's still the same is it's still a data problem. But what's different is now the data problem is the problem is of limited access. If you advertise on Facebook or Google today, you would have identified a change in the amount of data they provide back to you. They don't tell you who saw your ad, demographic details, or segment details. All they tell you is these many people saw your ad. The other side of the other limitation with data is around third-party cookies, right? So the third-party cookies can be deprecated. Advertisers are not able to identify who are their customers, where are they coming from, and how do I advertise to them. So now, as this data ecosystem is becoming fragmented, the problems that marketers are facing are threefold. One is, how do I optimize my content? How do I advertise to the right person with the right message at the right place? And since that's becoming a problem, I'm just throwing the same ad on all channels, right? I don't care if you like dogs or cats. I'm just throwing a generic ad on Facebook. The second problem is inefficient experiments. So marketers run a bunch of experiments, right? We as consumers don't see it, but behind the scenes, they're testing different messaging, different channels. They're testing whether you click more on offensive ads or more on luxury sounding keywords. And since they are getting less and less data back, the experiments that they're running are becoming more inefficient, and they're spending more and more to learn the same. And finally, disconnected spend. So you might have seen ads from companies that tell you one thing on Facebook and a completely different thing on Google when you search for them, right? And you're like, are they the same? So that means that the customers are churning out and the funnel is leaky. So marketers are spending much more to get the same amount of conversion, the same amount of customers. So these are the problems that we are trying to solve. And as you can see, these are all data problems. How we solve them is AI. So let's go through the three pillars. This is just us flying over before we dive deeper into it. The three pillars of our solution and how we solve the data problem. So SuperCMO uses generative AI to help marketers run experiments and omni-channel campaigns by dynamically optimizing the spend per audience and channel. The first pillar is we create content using generative AI. Once we have that, we run experiments on your behalf to identify where and how much you should advertise. And finally, once we have generated enough insights through experimentation, we help you run those campaigns autonomously. So you can sit back, define your goals, and we run the ads for you, generating the highest amount of ROI. Awesome. So let's dive deeper into the generative AI content. But before we do that, I'm sure a lot of you have played with AI tools like Sagar asked. So the question is, does it even work? So we got a small poll for you guys. So this is a meme that comes from a prompt, like somebody prompted DALL-E for photos of a handshake. And I've never seen handshakes like that, and I don't want to have those handshakes. So does Gen AI even work? So let's do a quick audience poll. So can we go to the next slide? All right. Spot the human-generated image. How many of you think it's 1? How many of you think it's 2? And how many of you think it's the third one? Okay, let's see the answer. Sorry, all of you are wrong. None of you get the chocolate. So it's easy to get fooled, right? Like it's almost very realistic. So AI with the right amount of, with the right data, with the right information, can produce realistic ad quality images. And we actually produce these for our customers, and that's where they're from. All right, I know I fooled you once, so you're angry at me. So let's try it again. How many of you think it's number 1? How many of you think it's number 2? slowly raising hands. I'm sure a lot of you will be like, nah, he's doing it again. How many of you think it's number 3? None of them. Yeah, most. So how many of you think I'm still faking it? The bold ones. All right, Sagar. All right, so it's number 3. But if you see number 2, that's inspired by our by the data we got from our human customers. So number 3 is again created by a customer. We fed that into our model and we got number 2. So the idea here is it's becoming less and less obvious what's human versus what's AI generated content. So all right, so let's dive into SuperCMO, how it works. We have a demo lined up at the end, by the way, so I'm going to quickly run through the platform so you get a sense of what we're building and how we're solving a data problem, right? It's not a chat GPT or it's not a stable diffusion. So the first goal for SuperCMO is to be able to produce high-performing ads using generative AI. So we ingest a bunch of data from our customers. Firstly, we ingest the brand assets, the style guides, the product master, to understand what is their brand tone. The second type of data we ingest is performance data. So ads that they've posted previously, campaigns that they've run previously, how it performed and what they posted. We parse, so we have an OCR model that does context detection, and we parse through the signals of our customers previously post content, and we correlate it to performance. So hey, Beyonce works better for you than Kanye West, so use more Beyonce in your ads. This is not a real example, by the way. And third, who are you targeting? Right? So when we get all of this information into our AI model, we generate a prompt. It's not the customer. The customer doesn't do prompt engineering. We generate the prompt. We feed it into our fine-tuned model, and we output ads back into your advertisement platform. Right? So if you're advertising on Meta or LinkedIn or you want landing page optimization, that's what we wanted. So, and then we keep observing the performance of the ads we've created and keep improving our prompt and our fine-tuning our model. So it's always performing better than the previous ad that you posted. So that's our data loop. By the end of this stage, or with this solution, we're able to produce good, high-performing content, high-performing ads for you. That's when we go to the next stage. Now, this is where either you'll say, hey guys, you smoked a little too much last night, this is crazy, or you'll say, wow, this is smart, this is genius, right? So we run 100 or 1,000 experiments at the same time to generate a massive amount of data so you can learn what channels, audiences, messaging works for you. The way we do it is, since we can create one good ad, we can create 100 good ads simultaneously within seconds. We personalize these ads to the end audience and channel. So let's say you have a pet shop, you want to advertise to dog lovers, cat lovers, horse lovers in different countries and different languages. So we spin up those hundreds and thousands of ads. The problem, you can't do it today. You don't have creatives who can be that quick, or you'll be spending $1 million just coming up with these ads. And you don't have media managers who can execute these ads and monitor the performance. So that's the paradigm we're changing. And by looking at the performance of each individual ad, we're able to determine what is your audience. If you're getting a lot of clicks and conversion on your Japanese language ads, you likely have a better customer base in Japan or Japanese-speaking customer base than an English-speaking customer base. Right? If you have a lot of response on your dog ads than your cat ads, maybe that's what you should target. So we're changing the paradigm from the marketer hypothesizing who their customer is, trying to buy and combine a bunch of data and then advertising to them, to us running 1,000 experiments, getting the data back and telling you who your audience is, who your target audience is. And through these hundreds and thousands of experiments, we're able to determine what we call a lift curve for all the CMOs here, is how much you should advertise on every platform to every audience. Because beyond a point, it doesn't give you any additional value. So once we have this information, now we go to stage 3, which is we have the data, and we're going to help run your omni-channel campaigns across all your channels with the data we've generated about the messaging, the channel, and the lift curves. So if you're a dog lover, we know exactly where you are, what kind of messaging appeals to you and makes you click, and how do we spread that messaging across all of the platforms that we can touch you. And since we know the lift curve, we can dynamically allocate the spend across channels and across ads. So this is our vision to help the CMO and help CMOs become super CMOs. We have a demo coming up of our MVP. As Sagar said, we just launched our platform. But before that, I know you have a question of how are we different from ChatGPT, or not naming any of our competitors. They're not competitors, but Jasper, Ad Creative. So if you've used any of these tools, you know the process is you think about an idea, you write prompts. Often it's not the same one prompt. You have to write 10, 15 prompts step by step, learn all the tricks. It creates an output, which is a text or an image. And then that might be good, might be bad. They don't know. You have to just download that and run your ad with it. You don't have any clue whether it's a good ad or a bad ad. Whereas SuperCMO, we're reading the content signals and the performance of your previously posted ads. We're fine-tuning the models to your performance and to your personalizing it to you. So when we create an output, it's personalized for performance and personalized to you. And we keep learning from our previously posted ads, so we keep improving and fine-tuning our model. So in that way, we're always improving and getting better, whereas ChatGPT, Jasper, they're staying the same. Now, I know other companies are trying to launch these features, but it's tougher to tack this on once you have your platform, rather than our thesis, which is starting with a data flywheel and a constantly improving model. Awesome. I know you're all excited to get into a demo, so let's see some live product.
Before we jump into that, let me ask a couple of more questions. How many of you guys have played with ChatGPT? 4? 3.5? Which one? 4? Oh, great. How about Midjourney, DALL-E? Oh, great. Awesome. And how many of you guys use this at your work or have incorporated this in your work? Okay, that's a fair number. All right.
Very
awesome.
smart folks in the audience.
Yeah, AI for marketers. All right. Let's jump to the demo. I've preloaded some of the tabs just to make sure that I don't have issues with the internet. But, all right. Is the font visible? A-okay? How about now? Perfect. Thank you. So our app is live. As I mentioned at the top of this presentation, we came out of stealth a month ago. We started building sometime mid this year. There are a lot of things that we want to do to build the end-to-end system, but we think that something that we have right now could provide immediate value to all of you guys today. So it's open to everyone. We'll flash the QR code, but if you want to remember the URL, it's app.supercmo.ai. Just rolls off the tongue. What if anything over here in the presentation is something that is interesting to you guys, or if you guys have feedback for us for the current insertion tool that we've built, because boy, we have left a lot of room for feedback. Please contact us, find us afterwards. We are always looking for design partners to work with. What I'm showing over here is an organization and a brand that we have set up for a cola that you might have heard of. And we have gone ahead and created their brand asset, their foundations, products, campaigns, creatives, and then I'm going to show you the output. So when you land on the getting started page, there's a checklist of items that if you complete, helps us generate better ads and creatives for you. The last step is the connection to your Meta Ad Manager. But even without that, you could start running start seeing some real output. What you do is, when you create a brand, we define the logo, the name, what the description is, simple things like what could be a font that you would like to see your ads in, colors that appeal to your audiences, or brand colors that you would like to see in the images that are generated, voices that you associate with your brand, and then you add some products that you have and you would like to advertise. After that, there's a campaign structure. For those who have been running ads, you would feel at home with the structure that we have over here. There are multiple campaigns. Each campaign have a success criteria, a goal, and then you can have multiple campaigns running at the same time. Each campaign can have multiple ads within it. The one that we are going to look at is the evergreen ad. When you see this icon, it means that the ads are ready, and we strongly believe that there's an importance of human in the loop. The assets that are generated are good, but we think that is a starting point. It solves the blank canvas problem. We do need the human touch to create, to refine the ad and make it good to go. So in this ad, what we have done is, on the top you can see the images that were generated. Yeah, there are headers, subheaders, call to actions that were generated. This part was the generated stuff. Go ahead. Oh, and you could use any of the ones that we have generated, or just create your own. We have a lightweight editor right in place over here. So you can mess with your background, you can play with the background colors, you can move the images around and have multiple ads or multiple text elements, images that you might have uploaded before. You have access to text tools like font size, text color, background color. We have color pickers. How many of you guys use this in your day-to-day life? Color pickers or creatives? Okay, awesome. So you guys would probably understand how these things are built, and we are using the HTML elements to layer on to your image, and then we convert it into a JPEG before we send it to your activation platform, which could be Meta, Google, LinkedIn. We are starting with Meta integrations right now. And then you can go on, select the fonts that you associate with your brand, or you want on the buttons, text elements, so on and so forth. Once you are done, you can download it locally, and this thing was downloaded. We associate.
So I noticed that you changed the call to action. Do you have to press a button for that to update in the?
So the question is that after you change the text, do you have to confirm or press save, submit or something to see the changes in the Canva? We're calling it Canva, like it's just the canvas. The answer is no, it changes by itself. So it's real-time live editing that you're doing.
Would you guys like to start Q&A now?
Yeah.
In a minute.
Sorry, we are a little over time. But yes, you click on download and image is downloaded. And let's open it up for questions. Thank you for your question.
Yeah, great question. Just want to make sure everyone can hear you on the live stream. Yeah. So yeah. And just as a reminder, if you can stand and just pass the mic.
And while we do the Q&A, I'm going to flash the QR code for anyone who wants to
Hello.
go sign up and play with it.
I have two questions. One, the background image that you showed about the Pepsi Coke, was that also generated by your app?
Yes, all of these images and text were generated. Yeah.
Okay, we just didn't cover that in the demo.
Sorry?
Okay, we didn't cover that portion in the demo, right?
The generation part?
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay, all good. Just
I'll
one
go back.
confirming. A second question I have is, you spoke about experimentation. Can you elaborate a little bit on the experimentation about what do you do or how do you experiment? How do you know that this is the right one to promote? Is it an internal thing within your app? Is it you're posting it and soliciting information, or just kind of
Right. Where do you run ads right now? What platform do you use?
I build tools for these things. So.
Okay. So the way the experimentation framework works is that when you generate these ads, connect your account, we are getting some performance data from it that tells us which of the ads that you either generated with us or the ones that you ran in the past are performing well. And based on that, we have models to tell us what were the different features of that creative that helped. And we make best guesses on what the next best ad or series of ads should be. And there's always a human in the middle. We do not take the liberty to go and start running creatives on anyone's ad account. There's a workflow which would allow users to select and cherry pick or send all of them and run them for the budget that we can recommend, but they deem fit. The things that I'm saying are things that we are building, and that is not part of the insertion product, but that's what you can expect in the next iteration.
Hey, my name is Lee. Thanks for taking my question. So today you just have the creative generation part of it, and then you're building out the experimentation workflow right now?
That's correct.
Okay. So in your presentation, you talked about the experiments being run on a scale of like 100,000. Does that mean just trials, or does that mean you're actually testing, you aim to test 100,000 different creatives for an ad campaign?
So I think everyone got the question that how are we doing these 100,000 tests? Hundreds of thousands, I don't think we'll have money for 100,000. The idea is there are two types of tests. There's A/B tests, and then there's blank tests. So A/B test means I run 5 ads. One has car of blue, car with green, car that is red, car that is yellow, and we figure out what is the best car color that gets most customers. So as you saw, we have 5 versions of any image that AI produces. So when we run the A/B test, we can ask it to produce images that are variations of the same, right, different color cars. And then users can publish and then execute those. The other are blank ads, which is basically some people see an ad, some people do not see an ad, right? So that as we build out over the next 2 months, we are configuring Facebook ads into SuperCMO, so you can advertise directly from our platform. In which case, we'll set up an experiment for you where we can identify the segments, the channels, the right audiences, where you want to serve ads, and then we personalize, because we know these audiences. Hey, dog lovers in Illinois, we personalize the ads to dog lovers in Illinois, and then we, for whatever audience that should not see the ad, which is the blank audience, we don't serve them an ad.
Thank you, Lee. And thank you, Ayush and Sagar. Let's give them a round of applause. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We're going to be around after this, so if you had more questions, please feel free to find us and ask.
Thank you. And Ayush, you can stay there for the panel. Yeah. Sorry.
Guys, up next, one of the most exciting parts of the evening, we have a panel discussion, and I'm bringing in a third speaker for this, a surprise speaker. So we'll have Ayush. We're going to welcome back Kuba as well, Jakub. And we also have Nicolas Grenié. He is from a company called Typeform. They make a really great Gen AI product called Formless, and they'll actually be here in a month. But in the meantime, they're all here. And we were thinking of opening this panel discussion with the topic of OpenAI's latest announcements earlier this week. And we're just getting the cameras arranged. And let's make sure, actually, what would be a good idea is make sure everyone has a mic, and that would be my job. So just rearranging the cameras.
I feel like people are watching.
People are watching? It could be.
I see a lot of cameras watching us, and a lot of people.
We have 3 cameras on you, 4 actually.
Yeah, it's like Big Brother. I didn't know.
Indeed. Okay, I'm handing my mic over to Kuba, and I'm actually going to go to the remote mic. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to start this off, and I just want to know if any of you guys have experimented with any of OpenAI's latest products, such as GPTs, and what are your impressions of these products? And actually, Nico, why don't we start with you?
Yeah. Hi, everybody. So I'm Nico. I'm a developer advocate at Typeform. I know it's a marketer meetup, and developer shouldn't be scared. We should work together. Have you watched the keynote on Monday? Yeah, it's like, when was the last time you felt excited about this, right? Like, as a kid, I grew up watching Steve Jobs' keynote. I was like, hey, they're going to announce something I'm going to use. And so I was really excited to be in that mood again. I don't know if you got a chance to play with GPTs yet. It's quite interesting. On my side, on the developer side, I had the experience of building plugins, which was the thing that they had earlier, which was a bit harder to build because you had to have the developer skills. You had to decide how to talk to your own data, how to make the authorization, how to make all those things. And now it comes with added knowledge. So now it can create images, it can crawl the web, and then so suddenly also everybody can make their own GPTs. So that's pretty exciting and interesting. I don't know if you've tried it?
Yeah, it is interesting, but still I think on this stage you need some kind of dev knowledge to be operational in anything that OpenAI announced now. But we can clearly see now that everything is going to be easier and easier, and building the solutions with the AI would be pretty easy in next month.
I'm going to agree, and not to be a downer, I'm a boring B2B SaaS guy. So I think I was very excited. I was blown away by the announcements from RAG to text-to-speech to model marketplace, where anybody can push their own models and they'll help you plug into all of those. It's exciting. It's a vision of the world that we always wanted to see. But when we get down into the reality, and again, as a boring business B2B SaaS guy, the use cases for every company are so different that, for example, RAG, right? The way you chunk your raw documentation for legal tech, for legal use cases, is very different from health use cases, very different from education. So just like ChatGPT is a great generic platform for consumers, where you can ask it for jokes, ask it for ideas to impress your significant others, it's very difficult for businesses to adopt it out of the box, wholesome, and not have to build their own tooling. And like my co-panelist said, you'd still need a developer to come in and actually personalize it for you. So I think it's still got a way to go, but I think they also, with this announcement, they're inspiring other developers to build tools like Pinecone, other tools like Pinecone, other LLMs that do text-to-speech that can be open source. And open source is where I'm most excited about, especially for business use cases.
Yeah, and also I think that's important to not see as big as they trying to think us, because I don't know if you guys remember the announcement of the GPT-3. Everything was exactly the same. Like, now you're gonna have the advisor which read whole of books from all around the world, and he's gonna know everything. And now we know it wasn't just like that. And still the fine-tuning of those LLMs and building the solutions around it's making these solutions more insightful and more useful for the people. So still.
I may have drank too much Kool-Aid. Is that what you're saying? No, the hype is like it's there. The hype is cool. On the GPT stuff, it's also like gives the power to all of you to create your own. And one thing that they didn't announce that's also interesting, and when it comes to the platform play, is you get to build a business around this, and you get to eventually be retributed for the number of users you have on it. So I guess this is a race right now. If you want to be one of the first business to be successful, charging for your use of your own GPT that you've trained and like that you made specific, skilled for your use case. So,
and I think it's super cool with developing of this part, because every time when you're giving something to the people, it's developing even faster, and we're gonna be one step closer to our imagination, so the AGI and everything. So. Yeah, that's actually one of the coolest parts from these announcements.
You sound excited about AGI.
I think they are going in this way. Like, I think at the beginning we're thinking that it's not gonna be as easy, but we can do a lot right now, and we're gonna go with more and more. So,
well, if they're listening, I am too. We are friends. I agree. So to your point, it's a race. Was talking to OpenAI's head of data for human data, which you might know there's this technique called RLHF, reinforcement learning through human feedback. So on ChatGPT, you often get a thumbs up, thumbs down icon. If you press it, it's actually going back to OpenAI, and they're improving the models based on the feedback that you give it. There are other techniques, but this is one simple one. So the idea there is the more consumer data and feedback that you can get, the better your models will be, right? So to Nicolas' point, yes, like 100 million users will give you much better, and the model will be much better as compared to some companies that don't have that data. But it's for a user, it's for a user who's a consumer. 99% of the world's data is behind business firewalls. And OpenAI is not personalizing or fine-tuning itself for those use cases. And that's where I think the gap, like the boring business use cases, is with the exciting consumer use cases that ChatGPT is doing well with.
Yeah, I guess that's something they haven't announced or they haven't shown yet, is how the GPTs are connecting to your own data. So like, I work for Typeform, and you can be like, yeah, find a form about your marketing campaign for Thanksgiving, like Black Friday. Right now, it will call through the plugin. It will say, oh, I can't connect with Typeform because this is data that's behind a paywall. And now the plugins are like, oh, you're asking for Typeform data? Well, you should connect your Typeform account. And so you go through this whole OAuth process that we know when you connect different tools together. Do you let the ChatGPT plugin access your Typeform data? And then once it has this, then it makes the right API call to find all the stuff. But the GPTs, I haven't seen the documentation yet that will enable that. Once you've done this, I guess that becomes even more powerful. And
well, yeah. So that gets to the features that we saw released, especially the platform features, already exist out in the world. Replicate, Hugging Face,
yeah,
right? RAG, Pinecone. So it's not new as a technology, but maybe tying them together into one platform where you make one API call to OpenAI, and everything behind the scene is like black magic. That could be the key unlock that they're trying to make. But in terms of, is it radically new, something we haven't seen before? I think that wasn't the case. So there was definitely a lot of hype.
Actually, it's pretty sad times after this announcement for these people that you listed before, for these companies.
Yeah, how many startups were killed on on 1 hour keynote?
I think they've been something like they're watching the Steve Jobs, but in a bad way.
Can we take some questions from the audience? I'd like to open this up to you guys if you guys want to ask the panel a question. Mickey? And actually, we're down to one mic here, so.
My name's Mickey. I don't know if this question's unfair, but can you, any of you, describe a team that had your product at the core of it and like how it functioned? Like you know what I mean? Like what problem did it solve, or who's solving it? Things like that.
Okay, so the question for those that didn't get it, it was, can we share an example of one of our customers that used a product as part of their product, or just solving the use case, right?
Like it's core to their team functioning.
Got it. It's core to their team functioning. So SuperCMO. So we skipped that slide, but we have 5 design partners, and one of them is a fitness equipment company that's launching very soon. So they're only taking pre-orders, and they found before they signed to SuperCMO that every time they have a new creative ad, an image ad, they saw their customer acquisitions just jump. But the problem is it's a startup. It doesn't even have product. It's working on pre-orders. So they don't have the money to hire a bunch of creatives and do a bunch of ads. So that's where we came in. It's if any of you works in e-commerce, this is the busiest time of the year. We said, hey, we'll scale up your efforts on marketing for this holiday period, where if you saw, let's say, 10 new pre-orders every time you had an Instagram ad, we can launch 100 ads for you and multiply that impact for you. You don't have to hire new creatives. So that's how they use our product, and they're successfully rolling out the product very soon. They're getting a bunch of pre-orders. So it's been transformative for them, where they did not have to hire a bunch of advertisers and creatives to get ready for this holiday period. And in e-commerce, that's what they're going for. This is the period when you make 90% of your revenue.
Okay, so in terms of our product, it's like that. The marketing agencies have more customers that want to pay less. And you can do that, but you need to use the artificial intelligence. And the things that we provide, it's the uploading the data and catalog the files. And the files are attached each customers that you operate with. So you can create it based on those folders, based on those data, the segments, exact like the departments in the marketing agencies. So you get the SEO, so all the context, content building part, the longer texts, articles and everything. And also you get the marketing part, which is the social media content creation. And also you got the non-standard task, like for example, you need to think some catchy story about the founders to some event, or maybe description of the new product that you're gonna show on the some showcase or anything like that. So yeah, that's the part. And also we are working with the workflows of those agencies. So for example, as I said before, the copywriter is built like that. You are looking for the phrase that you're gonna use in the article, and all the article is building on this phrase. And that's how the workflow is going with the SEO articles building.
Yeah, if I can answer quickly on the Typeform side. So Typeform, we're really a horizontal tool. So you could be in marketing, you can be in sales, you could be in HR. You might be using Typeform. So you can use it on your website just to get a typical lead generation. Leave your email, we'll send you an ebook, leave your email and we'll call you back. But then you do all the other qualification in the form. And so when this lead comes in, then you get your sales team to act on it very quickly because it has been qualified to the form. You went through all the mechanism to prove that it was a qualified lead. So it's the right size of a team, they're in the right location for us, and it's the right person we're talking about too. And so we do that. Then we help you on the AI front. If you want to look at the AI front, we help you with everything that makes you go faster to create those forms, because creating a form could be long, and especially if you think about a conversational form, we don't want to do first name, last name. It would be more like, hey, how do you like to be called? Oh, hi, Nico, do you like ice cream? And you make this whole thing a conversation. This is also the whole thing that we have now is formless, where you just give us some details about your company, where you're trying to get as information from your customers, and then the AI model is building that conversation. And so it becomes also very reactive. So I'm starting with a form that's in English. Suddenly I start typing, je ne parle pas anglais, which means I don't speak English. And the form switches directly. It's like, oh, I understood you were French. Let me talk to you in French. And this type of thing. So yeah, I can show you all that later.
Any other questions from the audience for the panel? I want to know, like, have either any impressions of GPT-4 Turbo? Have you been granted access yet or tried using it?
So to our use case, the best feature about this new model is the larger context size. We're limited by the amount of data that we can pass to these models. And if you, as you saw in our demo, there's a bunch of data we're collecting from our customers around their brand, about their positioning, the voice, the performance. So what I'm looking forward to is the 128K context size, just sharing it all with the customer, with the model, and having a better response because we've given it longer instructions. Although in some cases it's proven that long context don't produce better output, so we'd like to test that with these new models, but excited about the bigger context window.
Yes, so do us. Like the improvement of the model is always a good announcement.
I mean, on my side, I was a kid that grew up with 56K, so when I see 120K, I'm very happy, right? That should bring more fun stuff in it.
Any questions from the audience? Let's take a question. Let's go here and then we'll go there.
Yeah, I'm curious how the pricing models differ between the three different companies that you guys are representing, and like if there's a free, or how at what point do you guys start charging, and what the different tiers are there.
So yeah, we got the basic. Firstly, we got a free trial for the 1 week, so everyone is welcome for it. And after that, we got a basic plan, which is $79 per month. We're not limited the amount of uploaded text. We just limited the amount of text that you are generate, but it's still kind of 50 A4 pages, so it's still a lot from this basic plan. And after that, we got our agency plan, which allows you to attach more profiles for each customer as the marketing agency, because this first plan is more targeted for the smaller marketing departments or just one company or something like that. And the second one is $200, and you got also unlimited seats, and you got bunch of the text that you can generate. And also we got the custom plans, and the custom is that we can fine-tune for you the model with your requirements, and also we can upload the bigger amount of pages. Like in this month we scrape 13,000 pages of e-commerce shop.
Yeah, so on Typeform side, we charge by the number of responses that you collect. And the idea is that we're going to grow with you. So you start as a mom and pop shop, you're starting your business, you get access to a free plan for a while, and then as you're starting collecting more responses, you'll be able to graduate from this. That gives you a lot of other features. And the best thing is we have an offer for you now for attending this event. So we have 2 months for free. We have a table with a code for it.
Wow, who can beat free? So whatever your name is, that's the new discount code on SuperCMO for a free product. We are not charging till February, so Swarm, use the product, use it as much as you want. We're just looking for folks to try it, give us feedback. You can buy us coffee if you feel like you got a good experience. After February, what we plan is we only charge if we give you some value. And how we know we've given you value is if you've used SuperCMO to run ads for you. So we'll charge you based on whether you did actually use us for an ad or you did not. Eventually, we see ourselves going into moving into a model where we only charge you for the improvement we've produced for you. So if you were making $10,000 in revenue by spending $1,000 in ad, if we double that, we take a percentage of the improvement. That's basically that's a pricing based on value. That's where we want to go eventually once we have enough customers and we have enough data to prove. But for now, discount code is whatever your name is.
That's cool. So I've managed social media teams. I've worked with agencies, and one of the things you'll try to do is obviously know your target personas, your value proposition, your messaging, but you'll also try to fit into the context of the conversation that's happening in social on that platform at any given time. And if you think about the September 2021, cutoff or April 2023, it's very difficult for an LLM or an LLM to speak pop culture speak alongside your brand voice. Any thoughts on how to tackle that besides just human intervention?
I'll take that one for SuperCMO. So there's 3 ways SuperCMO addresses that need. You're absolutely right. Like, you want the big fancy words, and then you run into Gen Zers and they're using words like fleek. That's not in your training data set. I don't even know what that means. Maybe ChatGPT does. But so the 3 ways that SuperCMO kind of uses fleek in our own advertisements is 1, we fine-tune the model for you based on your previous ads that have performed. So the ads that performed yesterday will help produce the ads for tomorrow, right? And the language changes, the color changes, the tone changes, all of that will be incorporated into the model. So the next model, the next output will always be updated. So as generation change, as the context changes, there's elections, so more safety is required. All of that is incorporated into the fine tuning. The second way we do that is we scrape data, not just from your own brand persona, your own website, but your competitors, your product website, your product reviews, social media mentions around you. So the way people are talking about you or your competitors, that gets rolled into, again, the way we fine-tune your model, or we fine-tune our model for you. And the third way is we reference your live documents. So it's not just the September 2021 cutoff on pre-training, but you can feed us live documents around your product, how you speak about your product catalog, your team, your leadership team, and we use that, we reference that information live through RAG as we create ads for you. So we try to stay current with fine-tuning the model and referencing real live information from that you've provided us.
We have a comment, not so much a question, but I think we could turn it into a question from LinkedIn. It's actually coming from Adam Ginsberg. He's the CEO of Buzzy, which is a really nice idea to app platform. Adam says, so he's running GPT often, I think, to power most of what Buzzy does, which is like take a prompt and build out like a full React app with a full backend, full stack, everything, and a Figma prototype on the front end. He says, so I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but yeah, he's tuning in from Australia. His impressions of GPT-4 Turbo, faster. The seed stuff, I hope, makes things more deterministic. That's interesting because I haven't experimented with that yet. Training GPT-4, oh boy. We've been waiting for that. We're currently training 3.5, but hoping GPT-4 will be much better. And not to mention the AI assistant stuff. Any comment to respond to Adam's comment, Kuba? Have you noticed any speed differences? Have you plugged GPT-4 Turbo into your backend?
Yeah, it's actually speed up the processes. I think a lot, and also this extension of context that we're talking about, it's going to be pretty useful, especially in the type of apps that so do us. We are using those huge databases to generating the content, so that's the things that the best for us. And at this moment, after a couple days, just for launching that, we can see for sure that it's better.
Nico, anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, we jumped on it right away. The team is exploring it. For sure, the thing that changes for us is, I guess, as you all said, like we want to learn who you are, what's your brand, what's your way of talking, what is your knowledge. And right now, we had to play with so many different tools, and the developer experience could be a bit hard to figure this out. Now that this is a bit more integrated, that should be a lot easier.
Ayush.
Was that Adam who?
Yeah, Adam Ginsberg.
Adam, great idea, by the way. Coming from a product person, that's a product we all need. So I'm going to check it out. We haven't used it as yet, but I'm excited, one, about halving of the cost. Who doesn't like more savings? And I'm looking forward to future improvements in speed as well, because I think that's what Sam Altman said. They focused on cost reduction this time, and the next release will focus on the speed. So faster, larger models is what we all need right now.
Okay, thanks so much. Let's give the panel a round of applause. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Awesome. If you guys want to show support, you had a good time tonight, follow us on Twitter and LinkedIn. We post content there regularly too, so if you're interested, go ahead. Bring friends and register for the next events on the meetup page. These are the upcoming events. Speakers are posted, so just check it out if you're interested. We'd love to see you again. And what else? This is by request. If you would like to come up here and make an open mic announcement, we're going to start networking in just a minute, but this is a way to kick off networking. You can introduce yourself and just say hello. Come on up. I think I know this guy, actually. So Arjun will be first. We only have time for a few announcements, so let's keep the flow going. And you also get to speak to the LinkedIn live audience, which is neat. And as soon as you're done, you can also post a comment in the chat, in the LinkedIn live chat, so people can follow up. But let's hear from Arjun first, actually.
Awesome, thanks, great event. Hi everyone, my name is Arjun, like Argentina without the Tina. My opening or job opening is we're looking for a product manager to help scale up a side project, which is kind of turning into our main project. Happy to talk about it a little bit more. It's based on selfies, it's based on scanning your facial, doing facial recognition, and then automatically connecting you with someone else you met at a networking event, and then taking your information, texting you, emailing you, attaching a selfie, and showing you where you met. So it's a networking app. We're looking for a product manager who's very passionate about networking, helping people connect with empathy. We are venture-backed, and we are kicking A**. Thanks.
Yeah, if you want to get a job, apply with this guy. He's awesome, and the product's great. Guys, come on up, and we just have a few minutes, so if we can, let's keep the announcements to super quick. Half an elevator pitch.
Hey folks, I'll keep it quick. My name's Ken Groby. My company's ideas are I help companies with brand voice and copywriting. So if you have copy needs that you don't trust AI to nail for you, or you have AI generated copy and content that you want to be able to differentiate so readers or search engines don't dismiss it as AI created, let me know. I'll be here and eating a little bit of pizza and chatting with anybody who wants to chat. Thanks very much.
Thanks a lot, Ken. Ryan, come on up and catch you on camera.
Hi guys. So I don't have any startup to propose, but I'm just a French engineer searching an internship. So if you want to hire someone that is up to date with the new information, new technologies, so just keep in touch.
Ryan, joining us all the way from France. In fact, here's Pierre.
Friends as well. Hi, my name is Pierre. I'm creating a startup. The point is to make interactive exhibition at museum. But today I'm here because I'm looking for an internship as a product manager, designer. So if you guys have any plans, let me know. Thank you and have fun.
Thank you, Pierre. Any other announcements?
Hi, my name is Tuva. I'm a startup founder with a background in marketing. I'm also an art director that worked at GDB, which is one of the large advertising firms. I'm looking for technical co-founders. I have a couple of user-tested ideas. So if you're looking for somebody on the marketing, sales, and business side with experience in marketing, talk to me.
Thank you, Tuva. Mickey?
Hey, my name is Mickey Odunican. I just realized a bunch of people here are probably, small business owners or have their own sort of side projects going on. I work at GoDaddy, and we work with domains, marketing products, and I don't know. A lot of people know GoDaddy, but I just realized I have discount code. So If anybody needs discounts on like personalized emails, building websites, different sort of website related stuff, check out GoDaddy. Hit me up on LinkedIn. I'll pass you a code.
Thanks, Mickey. I think we take like one more. Yeah, come on up, Nick.
Hi, my name is Nick. We build a Copilot for kids. We build something like Roblox, but more education and more AI. So I'm not an education guy, but I'm my co-founder. My CEO, he's doing like 15 years on education. His last company have 100 million users, and the valuation was $7 billion US, and listed in Nasdaq. So we're looking for CTO. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So if we didn't get to you this time, sorry. We're going to do this every single time. So if you wanted to speak and you just couldn't think of it right away, let's just save it for next time. And we'll see you again. Thanks for attending. That's my email. And let's do some networking, get to know each other, and enjoy some pizza. Thanks.